In 8th grade English, we read The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. After a few days, the teacher made an announcement, letting us know that the further into the book we got, the more we would read about graphic events. And although we had read about Hitler and World War II in our history class, reading the actual accounts of the brutality would be much more difficult. She then said that if anyone thought this would be too much for them, to let her know and she would assign a different book. I later learned that a parent did not think that The Diary of a Young Girl was suitable reading for impressionable children, and that reading the accounts was promoting Nazism and Hitler. This was my first encounter with censorship regarding books. As I've gotten older, I have learned that there are many banned books out there, and many reasons for banning them. I personally have chosen to read banned books because I do not believe in censorship. However, I have always been amazed at the reasons people have for banning a book. Here I discuss common books that are banned, why people ban the books, and why despite those reasons we should read the books. There are many books out there that you might have read that are on the banned books list and you didn't even know it. A common book read in high schools is Fahrenheit 451. It talks about how firemen in this world burn books because the government believes they contain unsuitable ideas for the people to read. However, when a fireman decides that these books have ideas that are important, he begins to question the government. According to an article by Baldessaro, these books, the Fahrenheit 451, is banned for obscene language and for questionable themes. The Scarlet Letter is another book commonly read in high schools that tells the story of Hester Prynne, an affair she has, and the child that results from this affair. And because of it, she is forced to wear a letter A on her clothing for adulterer, letting everyone know the sin she has committed. In an article from Lost in a Good Book, it discusses how the Scarlet Letter is banned for morality and obscenity. Where the Wild Things Are is a children's book. It talks about a little boy who refuses to eat the supper that's been prepared for him, and he is sent to bed without food. While in his room, his imagination runs wild, and he dreams of a world without his parents. Many parents, though, have decided that the book should be banned because it is too dark and contains supernatural themes. The Harry Potter series has 7 books, all of which have reached the top of the bestsellers list. All 7 books have also been on the banned books list. According to Elodie, many parents ban these books because of witchcraft and violence in the last 4 books. There are many arguments and people who are behind the banning of books. According to Butler University, the top reasons for banning a book is because it is sexually explicit, contains offensive language, and is unsuitable for the age group. While I do believe there are certain books that are unsuitable for an age group, I believe as a person matures, they should be allowed to decide for themselves if it is too explicit or offensive. Many institutions and people are behind these bannings. Schools and PTAs ban books because they do not want the books read in their curriculum. Public libraries ban books because they believe the community should not read them. And parents are the driving forces behind both the schools and the public libraries for banning books because they don't believe they should be read by their children, not realizing that when they ban a book for one person, they ban it for everyone. Despite these reasons, though, there are many reasons why you should read a banned book. All of these books that I have listed, and many other books that have banned, are considered classics. There are many reasons why you should read a classic. It'll let you know what was going on in the world at the time, and it is also a good discussion piece for when you're amongst your peers. Also, you cannot shield a child from disturbing language or topics as they get older. When you allow a child to read these books in the safety of their own home and come to you with their questions, you can then control the dialogue. Also, when a child reads a book, it helps them define their own values and opinions. While you want to do your best to raise a child properly, it is up for them to decide these values and opinions for themselves. John F. Kennedy was quoted in a 1969 Saturday Review saying, "If this nation is to be wise as well as strong, if we are to achieve our destiny, then we need more new ideas from more wise men, reading more good books, and more public libraries. These libraries should be open to all, except the censor. We must know all the facts, and hear all of the alternatives, and listen to all of the criticisms. Let us welcome controversial books and controversial authors." I stand by Kennedy in this statement. When we read something controversial or something we don't agree with, we open ourselves to learn something new or to firm up our own personal beliefs. Censoring a book because of language or a situation will only hurt us. Reading a book is only beneficial.
Very good.
Very good. Yeah.
Very good.